Two of Montrose's outstanding wrestlers and prior Montrose Hall of Fame inductees with Olympics connections, Jerry Silva and Dan the Beast Severn, are the 2025 Co-Keynote speakers. Jerry Silva was a tenacious, record-breaking wrestler who blended excellent quickness with surprising strength to set 3 national high school records during his senior season in 1978. He clinched an individual state champion at 112 pounds and was a high school All-American with a career of 177, 19, and 1, using his famous $1 Million move. While wrestling for Colorado Northwestern Community College, Jerry earned academic All-American. His wrestling success was quoted in the news. Silva was the best that had wrestled in the NLCAA tournament in the history of the local games. After not training in 8 years, but still feeling the need to compete, the 28-year-old, now with a wife and a 5-year-old child, put his life on hold and dropped 25 pounds to compete in the 1988 U.S. Olympic trials. After having a 5-point lead against a 4-time NCAA national champion, Jerry used his famous Silva bear hug and legendary $1 Million move, but didn't get it tight enough for the pin. Even though Jerry lost a heartbreaking match, his grit demonstrated his Olympic quest while competing against top-notch athletes in their prime. Jerry is married to Jolene and has 1 married son and 7 grandchildren. His older brother Gil and younger brother Gary were also successful wrestlers for Montrose. Jerry retired from his business that supplied industrial products to the oil and gas industry. Dan the Beast Severn, a 3-time All-American in high school, a 2-time state champion, and a 2-time national champion, set 8 national high school records, more than any individual held at that time. At Arizona State University, Dan became a 2-time All-American, a 3-time Pac-10 champion, before coaching there for 5 years. He also coached at Michigan State for 3 years. Dan was invited to the Olympic Training Center right out of high school in 1976, and making it to the top 6 in the country. His Olympic dream continued when he became an alternate on the Olympic team in 1984 and again in 1988, before injuries prevented him going to the final Olympic trials. In 1994, Dan became a professional wrestler that competed in the Ultimate Fighting Championships. Nicknamed The Beast, he is a UFC Hall of Fame member, a former UFC Triple Crown champion, who became the first UFC Super Fight champion. Dan Severn was also a pioneer of pro wrestling when he crossed over to WWE in 1998. Dan Severn is a legend of mixed martial arts and pro wrestling, a world-class competitor. He is the first and only man to hold 13 MMA titles in his career, retiring from pro wrestling in 2012. Dan is the second oldest of the 5 Severn brothers. Dave, Dan, Mike, and Rod wrestled for Arizona State, while middle brother Mark chose Michigan State University. Dan has 5 children and 5 grandchildren. Dan and Jerry were teammates on the Montrose 1975 and 1976 state championship teams.